up? It's your boy Meetro. I'm here at Timeless Music Studios. We're with aDrumProductions. Let's get into it, man.
What it do, what it do, what it do? Yeah, you already know. We're back with another good one. We got a good hot producer. You know, if you don't know him, you should know him. If you ain't known him, get to know him. Let's get right into it, man. Who we got, what we doing, and what's going on?
It's your boy Money Making Meetro. You know, 1/3 of the Chromatix production team. You know, did a lot of records out here on the West Coast. Yeah, you're here with aDrum. We just getting into it.
Yeah, I feel it, man. It's been a pleasure. It is a pleasure, man. Good meeting you. Shoot, heard a lot about you. Keep hearing your name, and then this past month, it's just back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. Meetro. So it's like, shit, I gotta get down here. I gotta get around here. I just got done doing my other interview with somebody good and special, so it's like got the pleasure to, work with you at the same time. So, we just working. We're gonna knock shit out. So let's get right into it. Man. When did you first start producing? You picked up an instrument. You said, this is what I want to do. You actually structured a beat together. Let's tell me something.
I started getting into thinking about wanting to be a producer, I'll say, as a teen. I was heavy into basketball as a kid, so I wasn't focused on, the music. I used to just be a big connoisseur of it, I guess you could say. I was the one with all the CDs and buying music every Tuesday that dropped. And then once I went to college, around 18 is when I first got Fruity Loops, because they gave us a laptop at school, and then I started trying to put my own, or actually more remaking songs that were popular, you know what I'm saying, and kind of figuring out the structure of it, and then that's when I went to school for music. And so yeah, I would say it was around 2004 when I really was like, all right, this is what I want to do. So I was 20 years old at that time, you know what I mean? I'm 38 now. So I've been producing, I would say, making tracks 18 years, but I would say professionally, really being in the game, having my first placements in those since 2011. So I'll say a good 11 years now. Yeah, so it came from, I feel like my grandfather and being in the music business in the 50s and 60s, and they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with a group called the Platters. So, it was my dad's dad being in the music industry, and then nobody else in the music industry is into music in my family besides me, so it kind of fell to me. So, yeah, I have my label, Timeless Music, and that's kind of named that because, my grandfather, he sold 80 million records, so I still hear his music today, and it was songs that came out in the 50s and 60s, and to hear his songs 60 years later, it makes me be like, man, the songs I'm making today, I want people to hear them in 2080, 2090, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking with that in mind. So, yeah, that's where that energy comes from and why our records sound the way they do.
That's cold, too. That's cold, because it's like, I wish I was born in the 70s,
Yeah.
to get all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, that's cold. That's a good piece of history. And, I mean, the music will forever live on. So, yeah, that was good. That was cold. That was cold right there. Shoot. So let's talk about the record company, the name, the company, the new legend, the brand. Let's push a little bit more on that as far as, what it all consists of and the brand.
Yeah.
I see you got the hat on, so
For sure.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
So yeah, like Timeless Music being the label, you know what I mean, and then New Legends is the brand. So what that means is like, Timeless Music is the home for my artists and stuff. It's for, original, authentic artists, you know what I mean, that's making, how would I say, high quality anti-radio music. You know what I mean? The stuff that when people hear, they be like, this should be on the radio. This is what the radio should feel like. It was that energy that Wiz Khalifa had on Cushion Orange Juice, or Drake had on So Far Gone, or Mac Miller had on the Kids album. When you hear it and you just like, man, this is that next thing. So like those be the type of artists I'm looking for, and with my label with Timeless Music, I feel like I'm trying to build like the next Motown. So the artists that I pick, I don't pick them based off of like image, or I pick them based off of like the essence and their skill set and like the longevity that I see in them, not like a gimmick. It's like the artists I pick, I believe, are platinum selling artists. So it's my job as a producer to shine that up and showcase the artists that they are, you know what I mean, authentically, not try to fit them in a certain box or anything. And then New Legends is like everybody can't be a part of my label with timeless music, but everybody can be a new legend. So like anything that you're doing, that you're pursuing in life, you feel like you the next step, and you feel like you the one, and people may be sleeping on you. So this brand is representative of that. I'm always been a diehard Laker fan. I've been you could say I'm just a Laker at heart. So that the font of it is kind of resembling of that, and that just symbolizes to people winners. You know what I mean? Like, if you know one thing about the Lakers, they just win at the end of the day. And that's what my team is. We're a team of winners. You know what I mean? Nothing else. We don't lose. There is no losing, period, point blank. If you're on this team, you're going to win.
Let's talk about the artists you have worked with, placements you've been on. I see you got the Dom Kenny, 1,000,000 Screams over here on the wall. We'll slide that through the screen, get y'all a little B-roll of that or something. Let's talk about that. Who you worked with, the artists you work with, who you like working with, you know, who would you want to work with again?
Yeah. So I work with a lot of West Coast artists, to be honest. I kind of just focus on my own region. Since 2007, 8, you know what I mean? I work with Glasses Malone, Dom Kennedy, Ab-Soul, Problem, J-Rock. Those are a lot of the guys that are legacy acts now, you could say, on the West Coast over the last decade and stuff. And I remember seeing them in between 2005 and 2010 and feeling like these guys are the future. Nipsey, trying to get him beats and trying to meet up with him in 2010 and waiting in parking lots and things like that and texting with him. It's like, it's the same energy I see when I'm working with Tax, with Cashboy Tax, or I'm working with Jay Anders or any of my artists that's around. It just gives me that same feeling. I'm just more experienced now with it, so I kind of know what it looks like again when it's happening. The first time I was kind of like, I wasn't sure of it, and then you see it happen. I remember being in the studio with Kendrick in 2009 and being like, yo, this Kendrick Lamar EP is crazy, bro. Like, this is incredible. And then, like, seeing him 3 years later be the biggest in the game, and now he's been that for a decade, it's like, dang, this can happen. Yeah, being with Schoolboy Q and just chilling with him and smoking with him and just chilling in front of Top Dog House and just talking about what we want to do. And then just seeing him today with a Tiger Woods commercial, with a Nike commercial, it's like, yo, this is real. Like, this can happen. It just gives you more motivation. So now that was more the past, I would say, over what I've done and built. Doing records with Glasses, like Tupac Must Die. I did a lot of noise and made a lot of noise a couple years ago and still be ringing bells where I hear people talking about it. Money Don't Stop with Dom Kennedy off West Side With Love 2. That was another classic record that I still hear from, and people come to the studio and they're like, yo, I was in high school with this, and this was like the soundtrack to my life. And you know what I mean? That's crazy to get that experience, because that was all I wanted as a producer. It's just like, man, I want to make hot beats and just have songs that people hear and rock with. So to now be at that point, it's like, I feel like I lived my dream. This is the stuff that I dreamt of 10 years ago, and it's like, I just want to have dope artists, make dope songs, have a fly studio, and just be able to deliver it over and over and over, and that's now where I'm at. So it's really nothing stopping me now to really go to the heights that I really feel like we can go. So say all that to say the new artists that I'm working with, Cashboy Tax. This is Nakina. She's an R&B artist. It's classic R&B, that 90s, 2000s feel, like Aaliyah, Ashanti, Brandy, Monica. If you like any of that, you're going to love Nakina. No auto-tune, none of that, just raw vocals and just real.
Bring the organic essence back to the
game. Yeah, it's just no gimmicks, man. It's just like real, just good music. Like, we're not here to try to trick you or nothing. We're just gonna deliver you some dope songs that you can live your life to and have dope experiences to and have dope vibes to, you know what I mean? And it's just like the music was in the 70s and stuff. It was just a high quality to it, and I just don't feel like it's
Man, I don't feel like you're gonna get that right now.
No, and you can say even with Silk Sonic, with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, with the music they making and stuff. It don't have to sound like that or nothing or feel like that. I just think the quality needs to be higher. It needs to be more care to the music. It should be more producers and people that understand music theory and understand why chords work together and what that does to a person and makes them move. That's why.
Structure and the beat, period.
Yeah, song arrangement and stuff. That's a key thing as well. It's a lot that goes into it, for sure.
Let's talk on that real quick. When you get down, you sit down in your chair, you get in Meetro mode, you click on your MPCs, you do everything. Like, what's the first sound you pick? Where do you get your inspiration from? Where you get your vibe? Is like, this the song, this the...
Yeah. It's always different. Like really, it's very rare I just have the music in my head or something and I just lay it down.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times we just like, since it's me and my two partners, sometimes I might just start an idea and come up with a melody and then put the drums to it. You know what I mean? Just like with this track I was working on right here, I'll get the 60% of it done and then I might be like, Dante might put a crazy bass line on this, or he might add something else to it that I wouldn't think. You know what I mean? So then I'll just email it to him, maybe a little loop of it. You know what I mean? Then he'll add what he wants to it, and then send it back to me. You know what I mean? Then I play it for my artist, and then try to get the records done. Then we'll do some post production as well. Maybe be like, hey, let's add this here, or take this out here, to kind of turn our songs into records. Being in the studio with Dr. Dre a couple of times, picking up little tips from him and him picking his brain. You know what I mean? Being able to get ideas from him and what he does with his records, I try to incorporate into my records and make them stand out and make them feel a little more special. And it seems like it's been working. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of hammering it home. And keeping it going.
Man, future plans. Give me some future plans as far as just Meetro as him, as a person, as a family man, as a producer. Just what do you see yourself in 5 years? Let's say that.
Man, 5 years, I'll easily be clearing $1 million a month. So that just gives me the freedom to execute my ideas a lot further. I run a social media marketing agency as well that I've had since 2015, and that kind of specializes in helping other entrepreneurs and small business owners gain more targeted audience and customers through social media. So I've been doing that for a long time. My son is a videographer himself, so my son's already been shooting videos for my label. So everything is like in-house, you know what I mean? We make the songs, we record them. You know what I mean? My artists write their own songs, we mix them. I use my marketing agency to promote them. You know what I mean? We have videographers around. I also have my son as well. I just see like limitless, honestly. It's literally limitless to what's possible. And I just want to be able to make sure me and my team are able to do and live the lives that we deserve to live. And just doing that at all costs, really. So on the immediate, what we're going to have coming, I have a lot of music coming this summer. I already dropped 2 albums. The compilation, the New Legends Volume 2 compilation, that's produced by our whole team, the Chromatix, you know what I mean? It features Nakina, Cashboy Tax, Glasses Malone, Silent, T.O., For the Win, Gutter Mac, Blue Rags, Ant McQueen. It's a bunch of people on there. Everybody got a dope record on there. And then I just dropped the album as well, Out the Blue 2 with Blue Rags. We have more records. We got 6 more albums I'm dropping this summer by the end of October. I got Nakina's album coming. It's called You Don't Understand. That's coming at the end of July. We got Critically Acclaimed album we produced. We just did Keita Rue and Sugar Free single, that's Feeling Myself. There's a music video for that. We did that record. It's been buzzing out here in the IE. We got Cashboy Tax coming August 6th. Don't Take This Personal. His single, My Streets, we just shot the video for that. And we shot the single for Fuck Them featuring Lil Penny. Then we got Jay Anders' project coming at the end of August. Lil Penny has her project coming in October. It's called Pennywise. You know, she has a single coming with Rocky Bad, the Respectfully remix. So basically my approach to this is kind of like No Limit. How No Limit used to be doing, dropping an album or 2 every month. And yeah, this is kind of what people are gonna have to get used to. It's like the wave is started and it's not about to stop. So it's kind of like get with us, you know what I'm saying? And, or get rolled over, really.
Instagram, Twitter, Snapchats, anything that follow you,
For
YouTube.
sure. Yeah, if you want to hit me on social media, my Instagram is MoneyMakingMeetro. That's MoneyMakingMeetro. You know what I mean? If you want any music or studio time, any of those type of things, you know, tap in with me. I'll see if I can get you into my schedule, make it happen. And also, if you're looking into like marketing, you need marketing needs. Trust me, like I'm your guy. You know what I mean? My agency, Biz Talk, that's BISTALK. You can look that up as well on Instagram and see any results, testimonials, anything you need to see. You know what I mean? We're going to get you real results and help you make some money from social media like I've been doing for the past 5-6 years. You know what I mean? And everybody that's around me do. So tap in with me on either one of those, and we're gonna make some stuff happen, and you can be a part of our team. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate aDrumProductions for having us, having my team on here. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna take the IE to new levels.
Man, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure once again. And you already know we're out this